from one year to another. So then what he then needs to interrogate is why that jump took place, what the visitors found pleasing, what facilities they need, what additional added on extras can be added on to the experience, how to expand it in scope, advertising, how to target it, and all of these things you get from the numbers. So really, that is why I am gladdened that proper records and statistics are now actually being kept in Nigeria. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I came across this story and I thought to share it with you. Now, before we get into the story though, first let's start off with a little quiz. So now, where do you think that the first story building in Nigeria was built? So the first story building, i.e. higher than a bungalow, the first story building in Nigeria, where do you think it was built? Can anybody guess it yet? Okay, the first story building in Nigeria was built in Badagry. So this building was built in Badagry about over 170 odd years ago, thereabout. It was built in 1842. Which is 170 odd years ago, I think. So it's the first story building in Nigeria. So it's not really the date that it was built that I was really wanting to discuss with you guys. It is really what is happening there. So now this building that was the first story building in Nigeria, built in Badagry, it has now been turned into a tourist attraction. So now it's been turned into a tourist attraction. Now, in 2017, it had a total of 9,000 visitors. 9,009 to be precise. So just over 9,000 visitors. So now in 2018, especially around about festive periods, which is the hot spots for these tourist visits, it had in total all throughout that year as the combined number 13,609. So 13,609 people visited rather this building in Badagry. So now this is what the person in charge of the building had to say. According to Mr. Hodonu Daniel, the officer in charge of the building, located in Badagry, Lagos State, the historic site attracted 13,609 visitors in 2018, as I said earlier. Speaking to the news agency of Nigeria, NAN, he explained how the 172-year-old structure, so it is actually a 172-year-old structure, was able to beat the previous record of 2017, which was recorded at 9,009, as we said earlier. So really, it's the figures really that I am wanting to really bring to your attention and to discuss. First, I am gladdened and heartened to see that Nigerians are now actually visiting historical spots within the country, because it's a vast and a beautiful country, and really we've not even tapped 5% of the possibilities for tourism in that country. And I'm even talking about internal tourism, never mind external tourism, because external tourism really still has to go over the hump of that security issue that we have in the country before it becomes a possibility. But the internal tourism that we can have, you know, we still haven't even tapped into that, again probably for reasons of security. The other thing that I wanted to that gladdened me and made me want to do this video is that proper records are actually now being kept to show statistical data of a trend of events. And this is something that is highly needed within the Nigerian space, because it's actually the statistics that made me bring out my camera to record this video. Because now if you are seeing the numbers and then you are able to then interrogate those numbers to then determine what those numbers mean and then to put value to those numbers, this is really what what numbers are for. So I am gladdened and heartened to see that records are now being kept, statistics are being kept, because this chap here now, the guy in charge, Hodonu Daniel, he's keeping records, so he's aware that there's been a near 100% jump from 1 year to another. So then what he then needs to interrogate is why that jump took place, what the visitors found pleasing, what facilities they need, what additional added on extras can be added on to the experience, how to expand it in scope, advertising, how to target it, and all of these things you get from the numbers. So really, that is why I am gladdened that proper records and statistics are now actually being kept in Nigeria, because this never really used to be the thing. They used to just keep all these vague records, they just make up numbers and just throw it there just out of laziness. But now it looks as though proper statistical records that can be interrogated are now actually being kept, and this gladdens the heart. So I came across the story. I thought I'd share it with you guys, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I'll leave you here, meet you there, and I'll say peace.